Life is like a football game where two teams participate. One team wins and the other one loses. Nobody is substitute players, but rather every one of us are active members, playing hard to win and trying best to score the goal towards the goalpost into our lives. Likewise, we are the official representative players in our spiritual realm individually. Either we play on behalf of fear or faith. Ever since we are challenged and shattered by COVID-19, then many of us began to change the team and started to play for the team fear. But on the other side, players of team faith are stable in spite of unexpected circumstances and undoubtedly playing for their own team continuously. Which side do you stand or play today? Fear versus faith. According to Google, fear means an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. COVID-19 has become a threat for the human being globally. The full form of COVID-19 is CO stands for Corona, BI for virus, D for disease, and 19 stands for 2019. The COVID-19 is affecting 213 countries and territories around the whole world. Europe, North America, South America, Asia, Africa, and Oceania. There are a number of total cases and deaths recovered. But the question is, are we all recovered completely from this fearful situation? The current world population is 7.8 billion as of August 2020, according to the most recent United Nations estimates elaborated by Worldometer. We can see this virus with our naked eyes, but even forced to believe due to terrible and horrible consequences that there is COVID-19 and have fear in our heart. On the other hand, faith, which is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Holy Bible defines faith in the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. Fear is a mystery because it is difficult or impossible to understand and explain. But the faith has a history, the study of past events, particular human affairs, or a whole series of past events connected with a particular person or thing, which is the absolute story of God and you. Have you ever realized that fear always creates problem and brings pandemic situation in our lives? But the faith relies on the promises of God. Please allow me to borrow the great example of pandemic versus promise from the Bible. The Israelites were under the slavery of Egypt for almost 430 years, very powerful nation at that time, but the perfect timing of God had come to deliver them from the bondages of Egypt. When Moses and Aaron had spoken to Pharaoh for the first time by saying, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel says, let my people go, so that they may hold a festival in my honor in the wilderness. Is that so?" Retorted Pharaoh, "And who is the Lord? Why should I listen to him and let Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and I will not Israel let go." God sent 10 plagues against Pharaoh and the Egyptians. Pharaoh sent and ordered Moses and Aaron, "Leave my people and take the rest of the Israelites with you. Go and worship the Lord as you have requested. Be gone, bless me as you live." All the Egyptians urged the people of Israel to get out of the land as quickly as possible, for they thought, "We will all die." There were 600,000 men plus all the women and children. Moses led the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt like an army. The Lord was ahead of them. He guided them during the day with a pillar of cloud, and He provided light at night with a pillar of fire. This allowed them to travel by day or night. God Himself was traveling with them, but they replaced fear in the place of faith in God. The fearful situation 600 of Egypt's best chariots, along with the troops, were chasing them to kill them, and they replaced fear in their heart instead of having faith in God. Although God Himself was traveling with them, and they even forgot the redemption of God. As Pharaoh approached, the people of Israel locked up and panicked when they saw the Egyptians overtaking them. But Moses told the people, "Don't be afraid. Just stand still and watch the Lord rescue today. The Lord Himself will fight for you. Just stay calm." It is obvious that their leader Moses had a strong faith in God. He gave no room for fear in his heart. Later on, God fought on behalf of Israel and won the battle. Not a single Egyptian survived. Then only the Israelites put their faith in the Lord and in His servant Moses. They have had no choice and option, because there was Red Sea at front that they were not able to cross without the helping hands of God if He had not been divided. And at the back, Egyptian soldiers panicked if He had not killed them completely. The fear is unseen disease and pandemic. It will always destroy and kill you from inside. But the faith is believing in invisible and infinite God and His promises. It will save and heal you from inside. Therefore, keep counting your fears less and faith more. Don't try to consider only the pandemic, but rather the promises of God. One day, the disciples were crossing the lake along with Jesus Christ. As they sailed across, Jesus settled down for a nap. But soon a fierce storm came down on the lake. The boat was filling with water, and they were in real danger. The disciples went and woke Him up, shouting, "Master, Master, we are going to drown." When Jesus woke up, He rebuked the wind and the raging waves. Suddenly the storm stopped and all was calm. Then He asked them, "Where is your faith?" Faith is an essential to make the fearful and pandemic situation calm and quiet. If you have the fear of unseen disease and affected by it, then why don't you have faith in an invisible and infinite God who is vaccine to cure that disease? Don't pronounce the words of fear, but the prayer of faith, because the tongue has the power of life and death. So shall we ask the Lord to increase our faith? Because through faith, several Bible heroes were able to achieve impossible things in their life. The great examples of faith can be found throughout the Hebrews chapter 11. Some of the examples are Enoch. By faith he was taken up to heaven without dying. He disappeared because God took him. It was by faith Noah built a large boat to save his family from the flood. He obeyed God, who warned him about things that had never happened before. By his faith, Noah condemned the rest of the world, and he received the righteousness that comes by faith. It was by faith that even Sarah was able to have a child, though she was barren and too old. And it is impossible to please God without faith. Therefore, have faith in God unceasingly and undoubtedly without fail and fear, so that God can turn the impossible into possible, because all things are possible with Him.